Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 55 of the Shanty Sessions. On behalf of the Rogue Shanty Chorus, I'm Paul. Stephen will be joining me very, very shortly. And we are absolutely delighted to be bringing to you episode 55 of the Shanty Sessions. Now, we're very, very proud and pleased and privileged, and other words beginning with P, to be funded by People's Health Trust as part of the Active Communities programme. Thankfully to them, we've been able to keep this Shanty Session feel going all the way through this pandemic period so that we can still engage with our Rogue Shanty Chorus members. We can even engage with the new rogues that we've met along the way over the past 53 weeks or 54 weeks. And even perhaps some people that are new to us tonight. I wonder if you are joining us for the first time this evening, perhaps you put a little comment in the comments box saying as much, just so that we can connect with you for the first time. Be great to see some new names in the comments box. Always makes my evening when that happens. And whilst we're at the subject of the comments box, I'd like to get comments from any of you. Any and every one of you would be great. Pop a little comment in, just say hello. Maybe let us know where you're viewing us from this evening, if it's your armchair, or if it's watching on your mobile phone. Perhaps you're watching us on YouTube or one of our Facebook pages. Perhaps you're watching us from the other side of the world. We get people watching us from Russia, Poland, quite a few in America and in British Columbia, Canada. Lots of people across the world, and there's no place like home. And home for us is normally the Seagull Theatre, when we meet with our regular rogues every other Tuesday night, and we can't wait to get back to that. We haven't got a date for you yet, but we'll be working on that very soon. Anyway, in the meantime, how about we go straight into a song? And tonight, we're going to start with one of our favourites. It's number 10 in the Rogue Shanty Chorus repertoire. It's called Windy Old Weather. It's also known as The Fishes. It's got quite a few other names, as a lot of our shanties do. They don't just have one title, they have a whole number of them. If you don't have a folder at home with the lyrics in, then just sing along anyway, because I'm going to display the lyrics like so. It goes like this. As we were a-fishing off Haysborough Light, shooting and hauling and trawling all night in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When up jumped a herring, the queen of the sea, said, now you old skipper, you cannot catch me in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then round comes a place that had spots on its side, says, not much longer these seas you can ride in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then around comes a mackerel with stripes on his back, says, now old skipper, you'll shift your main tack in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up jumps a slipsail as strong as a horse, says, now old skipper, you'll shift your main course in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. Then up rears a conger as long as a mile. Wind's coming easterly, he said with a smile, in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. I think what these fishers was saying was right. We'll haul up our gear now and steer for the light in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together in this windy old weather, stormy old weather. When the wind blows, we all pull together. When the wind blows, we all pull together. I'm going to go over to Comments Corner now. It's been a little while since we had a Comments Corner. But here I am. And hello. So, quite a few comments, a couple of them saying I am way too loud. Sorry, Linda. I hope that sounds a little bit better now. I've turned it down. So, starting off the comments tonight, we have Carly Franklin. She's quite often early on in the proceedings, so thank you very much. She says, evening, Stephen, Paul, and everyone. Hope all are well. Linda says, hi. Jackie and Barry, good evening, everyone. Good evening to the Drapers. Tom McQuillan, nice guy, says, hello, everyone. Trust you're all well. Thank you, Tom. You too, mate. Sarah Jordan says, evening, everyone. Michelle Gallagher, she says, good evening. And a little wave there. Wave back to you, Michelle. The Woods household are in the town tonight. They say, avast there, me hearties. And avast to you too. Marion Bouchette, of course you are an honorary rogue. I think you've earned your badge by now. Patricia Saunders says, hi everyone, Trish from Hertfordshire here, and thank you very much, Trish, responding to my plea for people to let us know where they're viewing from. Ben Southern says, evening everyone. And Harry says, you've decorated your new office exactly the same as Stephen's. Yes, I have, boy. Van der Brooker, Dave, says, hello from an old name. Yes, he's also an honorary rogue. Paul Hunter says, first time as a live watcher. I'm normally here catching up during the week. And, well, that's great to know, Paul. And thank you very much. Paul, your camera has the curse of the black spot. There's a dot right in the middle of the screen. No, that's my nose, Harry. And Chloe says, hey everyone. Hey Chloe. Sue says, ahoy all. Well, ahoy to you too, Sue, and thank you for joining us. Before we go any further, I think we ought to let you know what our Suffolk word and phrases of this week. I like to call it the Hey Heard It Boys section. It comes from this book, this here book, Suffolk Words and Phrases, published in 1823 by Edward Moore. And he collected a vast array of words and phrases particular to Suffolk, which is where we hail from, and where the Rogue Shanty Chorus is based, right on the easterly most point of Suffolk, which is called Lowestoft, and we love to meet there. So Suffolk Words and Phrases is something we celebrate, and this particular week we have a very special word for you. It's called Yangle. Yangle. What do you think that means? Don't cheat by looking up on Google. If you know, perhaps this is a word you've heard before, if you're particular to Suffolk, do let us know what you think that means. If you don't know, have a good old stab in the dark. Make it humorous, make it interesting, a little bit cheeky, any of that is fine. But the word this week is yangle. What do you think that word means? Yangle. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to go back to singing you a shanty or two now. Coming up next is my friend and yours, Stephen Hamer. And we've got number 37. This is a fantastic shanty, and it's a little bit darker. Here he is. There he is. It's a little bit darker. It's from the Wailing tradition, I believe, and it's still a good old-fashioned sea shanty in that we have a shantyman line and a repeated chorus line. Now, number 37, as I mentioned, in your repertoire. If you don't have a folder with the repertoire in, here are the words.
Well, I guess we'll give it to them then, won't we? Now we are ready to head for the horn. We roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the pond. To me, rollicking randy dandy o. Heave a Paul, oh heave away, way roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all stored. To me, rollicking randy dandy o. Soon we'll be whopping her out through the locks. Way roll and go. The pretty young girls will come down in their flocks. To me, rollicking randy dandy o. Heave a pole, oh heave away, way roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all stuck to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Come press the bars, pulleys, and heave her away, way, roll and go. Soon we'll be rolling away down the bay to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave a Apollo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all stuck to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Sing goodbye to Sally and goodbye to Sue, way, roll and go. For we are the boyos who can kick her through to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave Apollo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all start to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Oh man the stout capstan and heave with a will, way, roll and go. Soon we'll be driving away down the hill to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave Apollo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all stuck to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave away, bullies, ye parish rig bums, way, roll and go. Take your hands from your pockets and don't suck your thumbs to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave Apollo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all start to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Roust her up, bullies, the wind's drawing free, way, roll and go. Let's get the glad rags on and drive her to sea to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave Apollo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all start to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. We're outward bound for Vallejo Bay, way, roll and go. Get cracking, my lads, 'tis a hell of a way to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Heave Apollo, heave away, way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cables all stored to me, rollicking randy dandy oh. Yeah, so we won't do it in that key again, I don't think. Anyway,
Which key?
any of the keys that we just did. Hello. Look, I guess Paul's done all the stuff about we're here for the first time together, are we, and all that?
No.
No, I'm going to do it.
We weren't here together.
Well, that's true. I was late. A late comer to the stream, so I do beg your pardon. And this is the first time in a long while that we've been able to do the Shanty Sessions together, which means, well, I guess it's rather a generous term to say harmonies, but we'll have a go at some anyway. And we'll see what comments we've got, and we will get on to the next song after that.
Okay, so comments from the comments corner.
Woo!
Straight up, Patricia Saunders has a good old guess on the word yangle. She wonders, does it mean gossip? And
I love a bit of gossip.
yeah, I love a bit of yangling. And Sarah Jordan says yangle sounds like it should be rounding up cattle. Well, I guess so, yeah. And great to see you both, says Chloe Schneider. And Alison Lucas, lovely Alison, thanks for
Yay.
joining us. Yay! She says,
Yay.
evening, ooh, this is a lovely and different version. Yes, it was.
Different. That's always a veiled compliment, isn't it?
Linda Boyce says, nice to see you alongside one another. Well, it won't be by the time we finish and we're fighting like it's 25 years ago. Chloe Schneider says, sounds great. Now, Harry has a guess at Yangle. He says, any angle found and measured to be between two pieces of spaghetti severed as part of the meal spaghetti bolognese. Oh, Harry. Sarah Jordan says, great to hear you sing together. Give them 4 rounds of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sarah. Marion Bouchert agrees. Here I was thinking all the time that you were the same person. Well, in some ways, yes. Jackie says, sounds really good. Lovely to hear you singing together again. Well, it's because we rehearsed it endlessly, that's why. Charlie gives it 4 rounds of applause, which is too kind, as is Jonathan Brindle. He gives it the same. Sounding great. Huzzah. First time together, says Alison. And Linda Boyce loved that one. Marion says, does this mean things are easing up a bit in the UK? We are in the middle of a third wave and travel outside of one's local area is prohibited. So,
Marion, I think we're just about to start a third wave just by doing this Shanty Sessions tonight.
And by third wave, there's no pun intended.
Yeah, very good.
Tom McQuillan offers some rounds of applause. Rachel Eldridge. Hello. Hello, Rachel. And Alison says, no, it really was a compliment. Thank you, Alison.
Oh, bless you. So we're going to do a song now, and this is in the Roud Folk Index 472, or if you have a Shanty folder, it's number 10. It goes under many titles. We know it as Windy Old Weather.
I've done that one.
You've done it? Oh, okay.
Yes, I have.
Well, we shan't be doing that one then. Okay. It's nice that he tells me these things, isn't it?
Yep.
Anyway, well, in that case, we're going to do a song called "Haul Away Joe." Nice and simple, and we're just going to fetch the lyrics up for you to sing along. Goes like this. When I was a little lad, and so my mother told me, way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. That if I did not kiss the gals, me lips would all grow mouldy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, the good ship is a-boldin'. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, the sheet is now unfolding. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. King Louis was the king of France before the revolution. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. But then he got his head cut off, which spoiled his constitution. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, we'll haul for better weather. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, we'll haul away together. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. The cook is in the galley, boys, making duff so handy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. The captain's in his cabin, lads, drinking wine and brandy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, I'll sing to you of Nancy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, she's just my cotton fancy. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, we'll haul for better weather. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Way, haul away, we'll haul away together. Way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Okay, nice and upbeat. Yeah, that's as we love it. We actually had a gig. We had a gig this week, a Shanties gig, and the client said rousing Shanties. They wanted rousing Shanties, and guess what song they asked for as well? I'll give you a clue. It begins with Soon Mather and ends with Weller Man. So anyway,
come.
Yeah. I'm going to do a couple of bits from Paul's old comment corner because we have a few things to mention. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
First off, I'm going to ask everybody if they would consider clicking this lovely lady. Can you click share for us, please? Give just give share a click, because we'd be very grateful to know that you were letting all of your friends and relatives and colleagues and acquaintances and enemies, let them know what we're up to here today, what you're watching. Let them know you're enjoying it. If you are, if you're not, just lie.
Yeah. And look, there's a few things to do. Inferior camera. There's a few things that we're going to mention as well. Now, Paul's already got trailing across the bottom of the screen. Join us on Zoom at 8:30. So please do that. Please do that. But also, we have on this Thursday, we actually have one of our monthly socials, our online social drop-ins. And that's not from the Rogue Shanty Chorus per se, but I'm going to talk up now. That's from the Voice Cloud, which is the organisation that Paul and I run. We call them Cuppa and a Chat, and you're very, very welcome to come along to that. Thursday, the 29th of April, 2 till 4 p.m. If you'd like the details, just look on our website or look on our Facebook page, and you can get the details there, or contact us if you can't find them. But the other thing that we're quite excited about really is tomorrow, and that is our project Connections Rides Again. Now we did a kind of a test pilot with this, and it was very popular. We had some wonderful different themes, different speakers, different presentations, and tomorrow night we is the beginning or the relaunch of sessions once a month for the next year, and we're very fortunate to have secured the services of a gentleman called Mike Chalice, a sound recordist and educator, and he's running a session called Listen to Wildlife. Basically, as it suggests, it helps you to be able to understand and identify bird sounds and wildlife sounds, both in rural and urban areas, and it's free to attend. It's very popular already, but we do still have some places left. If you'd like to join us, visit the web link there, thevoicecloud.co.uk/connections. But anyway, look, we're going to try not to do too much non-shanty stuff, but I know that when we do other events, especially when they're free to attend, as these all are, people tell us off if we don't mention them. So we try and sort of strike the balance. But anyway, let's give ye another song.
Yeah, we're going to go with, I think this is next in the folder actually, number 38. This is quite a cheeky little number. It's called The Chandler's Wife.
Wifey.
Yeah, what was the other titles? The Butcher's Apprentice, or
I don't know, the rope maker's wife, the butcher's wife,
the baker's wife,
yeah,
the Tinker Tailor Sailor's wife.
It seems to be one of those that you could insert
a wife into.
Yeah, you could put a wife into any trade,
any profession.
So the cybercrime worker's wife.
Yeah, those two. Yeah, the Wall Street broker's wife.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the Chandler's Wife.
And it's quite quick, so keep up. But we'll be putting the comments, the lyrics alongside.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we will, as Paul said.
A man went into the chandler's shop, some candles for to buy. He looked around the chandler's shop, but no one did he spy. So he turned upon his heels, and to the door he fled. When he heard the sound of a up above his head. When he heard the sound of a up above his head. Well, he was slick, he was quick, and up the stairs he sped. And much to his surprise he found the chandler's wife in bed. And with her was a fine young man of most incredible size. And they were having a right before his eyes. And they were having a right before his eyes. When the fun was over and done, the lady raised her head. She was quite surprised to find him standing by the bed. If you will keep my secret, sir, if you would be so kind, I'll let you come up for some whenever you feel inclined. I'll let you come up for some whenever you feel inclined. So many a day and many a night when the chandler wasn't home, to get himself some candles to the chandler's shop he'd roam. But nary a one she gave to him, but gave to him instead a little bit more of the to light his way to bed. A little bit more of the to light his way to bed. So all you married men, take heed if ever you come to town. If you must leave your woman alone, be sure to tie her down. Or if you would be kind to her, just sit her on the floor. Sit her down. Give her so much of that she doesn't need any more. Give her so much of that She doesn't need any more.
Okay, so let's get rid of that. And
That's enough of that nonsense.
Oh, that's enough of that. That's enough of that.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Comment Corner because we have lots and lots of comments come in. And I did ask you to keep the comments coming in, and that's pretty much what you've done.
Yeah.
Dave Vanderbrooker makes a very good point. You're going to tire out the crew at that tempo. We have to say, if we're not standing upon a deck of a ship singing these shanties, we're not doing it strictly authentically, and we're certainly not doing it at perhaps the correct tempos on these shanty sessions because we've got nothing to pull to. If we had something to pull to give us that tempo, that would help us. But for the purposes of entertainment, we're going to go from a little bit quicker tonight.
And Paul was talking about some of the titles there of that song, and some of the other ones are, just found them, The Farm Servant, The Jolly Barber Lad, The Coachman's Whip, and also it shares a tune with the Lincolnshire Poacher. So there you go. Not in the Roud Folk Index, and people other than ourselves have commented that they're astonished that that's the case, but it isn't in there anyway. So you know, tough.
Yep. Patricia Saunders says, fab, one I know. I think that must be Holloway Joe. Rachel Eldridge says, oh, I love this one. I performed this one. We do it a little faster. Don't do it faster, otherwise Dave will tell you off.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've heard you guys together. You sound great. Oh, thank you very much. Jonathan Brindle's digging that bluesy feel. Yeah, we like a little bit of blues, don't we?
Yes, we do.
And Alison loved the tempo change. It was deliberate, Alison, I promise. And Carly Franklin says, sounds nice. Can't wait until the day we all get back together singing again. Can't wait. Yeah, we're looking forward to it as well. Sarah Jordan's loving the harmonies. Michelle Gallagher likes the tempo changes as well. Martha Knox Forrester says that were great. She doesn't speak with a northern accent. Stephen needs the Comments Corner mic. Well, he found it in the end. Candlestick Maker's Wife. And says, Alison, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Michelle, that's what I meant earlier. Paul thought I meant it was too loud. Ah, okay. Michelle Gallagher gives 3 rounds of applause, and
it's like she gave a round of applause and then she paused for a second
with a little comma.
Go on, I'll give you a couple more.
Is that a comma or is that another emoji? That's a comma. The tune is very similar to the Teacups Lincolnshire Poacher.
Well, we said that, Alison.
Yeah, but I think she said it first.
Yeah, she probably did.
Pat Briggs says Pat, and I'm going to say Pat as well.
Yeah.
So, are you going to say Pat?
Pat.
Yeah. And Kev Barnard, or could it be Traceall? He has a guess at Yangle. Is it the corner of a triangle?
Very good.
I like that. Yeah. Very nice, Kev. Anybody else want to hazard a guess to what the word of the week might mean? This week, it is the word Yangle.
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 Yangle. Yangle. What do you think that means? We'd love to know. Please have a guess. Don't have a cheaty look on Google. Just tell us what you think.
Yeah. Okay, well, we seem to have stumbled upon a lot of the repertoire that needs guitar. So this one is another guitar song, and it's a song called Rolling Down to Old Maui. Always popular when we do this because, well, we know we love it, but other people seem to as well, and our version of it doesn't seem to perturb them either. So in the Roud Folk Index, I'm just going to swap around with Paul, actually. In the Roud Folk Index, it's 2005. It's a traditional sea song, and it concerns itself with the Kamchatka bowhead whale and Pacific sperm whaling fishing.
I think Kamchatka is just off of Japan, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes. Yeah. But although that's where they fished, certainly we're going to be doing this is the second whaling song. We're going to be doing another beautiful one actually later on. Although that's where they fished, that's not where they stopped. And that's not where they had the most fun of the voyage, because that was in Maui, as we're going to find out in this song. And unlike many whaling songs, which are often quite doleful and minor keyed and long and bleak, as the trade itself was, this one isn't, because it's about it's about what they do in their downtime and what they did when they went to restock the ships and refuel themselves.
Number 50 in the repertoire.
Yeah. It's a damn tough life, full of toil and strife. We Willermen undergo, and we don't give a damn when the gale from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with a northerly gale through the ice and wind and rain. Them coconut fronts, them tropical lands, we soon shall see again. 6 hellish months we passed away on the cold Kamchatka Sea. But now we're bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Once more we sail with a northerly gale towards our island home. Our mainmast sprung, our whaling done, and we ain't got far to roam. Our stern saloons is carried away, what care we for that sound? A living gale after us, thank God we're homeward bound. Rolling down to old Maui, boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. How soft a breeze through the island trees, now the ice is far astern. Them native maids, them tropical lanes, is awaiting our return. Even now their big brown eyes look out, hoping some fine day to see our baggy sails running for the gale, running down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. We'll leave the land where old Diamond Head losing upon old Wahoo. Our masts and yard are sheathed with ice, and our decks are hid from view. The horrid ice of the sea-caked isles that deck the Arctic Sea are miles behind in the frozen wind since we steered for old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. And now we're anchored in the bay with the Kanakas all around. With chants and soft aloha-roos, they greet us homeward bound. And now ashore we'll have good fun, we'll paint them beaches red, awakening in the arms of an island maid with a big fat aching head. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Rolling down to old Maui, me boys, rolling down to old Maui. We're homeward bound from the Arctic ground, rolling down to old Maui. Yeah, so lots of wonderful versions out there. we particularly like the record. There's a few recordings of the late great Stan Rogers singing that, and this has been dated to at least as old as around the 1860s, based on the lyrics or a scrap of lyrics found in the copybook or the journal of a sailor called George Piper. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to see what comments we've got. Say hello to a few people.
Say hello, ha. In the meantime, I'm just going to mention that Kanakas is a word for native men, particular to the Polynesian islands.
Yeah. So, a few comments. Lovely. Thank you very much, Marianne. Sibling harmonies. Oh, very nice.
Sibling rivalries.
Not a great camera, this. We're sorry. Michelle Gallagher says, love singing Old Maui. Sarah Jordan, 4 claps. Carly, my gosh.
Oh my word.
With 6.
Unprecedented.
Woo. Alison Lucas says, huzzah. Just huzzah. Yeah, brilliant. Martha gives 3. Linda goes for 6 as well. Oh, Carly says, can't hear you. Is anyone else fine? That's me, isn't it? Again.
Oh, my gosh.
Thanks, Carly. Do let us know that, won't you? Because we're in our normal groove and we're fine with that. But then again, we go to a comments corner and we need a mic and we don't pick one up. Oh dear, all goes wrong. Anyway, look, a few more comments. You've seen them already, but thank you. I'm just verbally acknowledging them. Marion Bichette, thank you very much. Michelle Gallagher, thank you. Sarah Jordan, Carly, Alison Lucas, huzzah. Martha Knox Forrester and Linda Boyce. Thank you very much. Or have we done these comments?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we'll go.
From there.
There?
Nope. Up.
Okay, well, so Marion Bichette, she's had a guess and says, Yangle, a dust-up, a fist-fight. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds plausible. Maybe it does, yeah. Michelle says, those claps were to the rhythm of the ones in the song. Ah, got it, yeah. Got it. Lovely. Then we've got Dev van der Broeke. Maybe Yangle is tying things together with rope.
Yeah.
Good guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alison Lucas says, yes, it's a cracker. Gillian Lamprey, hello Gillian.
Hey Gillian.
Hope you're well. She says a duffel coat, goggle, maybe.
I like that a lot. That's very specific.
Rachel says Old Maui is one of my favourites. Me too, Rachel. I'll let you into a little secret there. Pat Briggs says, is Yangle a gossip? Do you know, we've got some great guesses.
Somebody else mentioned gossip.
Yeah. Hazel Rumble, Yangle, is it yarn or tail?
Mm.
And then on a slightly different note, Tracy Barnard and Kev say it was 2 years ago last week that we lost Mum. Always in our thoughts. Love you, Glenys. Yeah, absolutely. And we still all miss Glenys. She was a wonderful and very valued member of our beloved Rogue Shanty
right from the
chorus.
beginning.
Absolutely, yeah. Joined us on day one, and what a lovely lady. What a great character. And even though we've not been doing live sessions, live in person sessions for over a year now, we're still managing to miss her ourselves. So. Mm-hmm. Message from David, Janet Wood. So good to hear your harmonies again on Old Maui. Thank you very much. That's very good of you. And I'm going to mention David later on because he sent me a song to listen to, and I did. And I think I knew a version by somebody, but the version he sent me, my gosh, I absolutely fell in love with that.
It's very David, isn't it?
It is very David, yeah. And I'm going to try and.
Good, me neither. Let's try something a little bit jollier, shall we? Now, this is a song which is a stevedore workers song, dock workers. It's number 30 in our repertoire, and once again, if you don't know this or if you don't have it, no need to fret because we'll be displaying the lyrics.
Don't you fret.
No, boy. But it is, of course, Pay Me My Money Down. It's round indexed as number 21449, so not one of the early ones. But this would be sung by stevedores on the dockside, where the manual labour was involved in loading and unloading of ships. Okay. In the late 1800s, the word was usually applied to black labourers or slaves who loaded and unloaded bales of cotton and other freight on and off riverboats. So, in contemporary English, the word now would replace the word down. So, in the demand, pay me my money down, it would be pay me now. And it was very uncommon for people of that stature and that status to have been demanding of their money. And I wonder if perhaps they would have been quite so vocal in the presence, in the company of the owners of the ship.
No, they would not.
I doubt it very much.
Anyway, you fetch up the lyrics. I'll put the screen share in.
We want to hear you all sing along with this one.
Yes, we do.
Because we know it's a personal favourite of many of the rogues.
Anyway,
it's nice and easy too.
Yeah. Thought I heard my captain say, pay me my money down. Tomorrow is my sailing day. Pay me my money down. Oh, pay me, pay me, pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Wished I was Mr. Coffin's son. Pay me my money down. Stay in the house and drink good rum. Pay me my money down. Oh, pay me, pay me, pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Pay me, oh pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. You owe me, so pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Pay me, oh pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Wish I was Mr. Foster's son. Pay me my money down. Sit on the bank and see the work done. Pay me my money down. Pay me, pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Pay me, pay me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down.
Or as we say in Suffolk, pay me my money down.
Darren.
Pay it down.
Okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take. I'm going to pop into there. Let's do that.
And pick up your mic.
Yes. Just grab that.
Oh.
I'm going to grab my mic actually as well. So, Rachel says, I have to drop off for work, but you guys sound awesome. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Thank you very much, Rachel. It's very kind of you. Audio. So, we've got some issues going on. Lost a little bit of audio, maybe. Anyway, we'll see if we need to do anything to resolve that or try and resolve it. Nice uking. I guess that's what you're saying, Marion, unless you missed a couple of letters. You know my trick. I have confessed my trick before. Put everything into C on a uke, and you can play most things, including that. So I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'm gonna mention actually from this wonderful book, if I can find it, because we said that this evening's session will kind of concern itself with May Eve, and we've got this great book, The Sacred Ring.
by Michael Howard, and he talks about May Eve on April the 30th, which we're not quite at. We do know that, we're aware of that, but it is quite rare for us to fall on a specific calendar date or, you know, a traditional rural custom. So, but we do mark them if we're nearby them. And April the 30th is May Eve, or Walpurgis night, which is when witches, demons, goblins, and assorted ghostly creatures travel abroad and attend the witches' Sabbath. Saint Walpurgis, or Walburga, was an Englishwoman who became the abbess of an 8th century monastery that housed both men and women. Some authorities believe that before she took up the habit, she was a Germanic moon goddess, hence her association with May Eve and witches, and covens from all over Europe were said to gather at the Brocken in the Harz Mountains of Germany to worship the horned god. Well, on the summit of the Brocken was the remains of an ancient altar and a sacred spring dating back to prehistoric times. May Eve, not so differently, but differently enough to give it a separate mention, was a time for collecting the greenery to be used the next day in the erotic festivals. Well, you didn't expect that when you tuned in tonight. Superstitious yokels also placed rowan twigs over their barn and cowshed doors to keep the witches and evil spirits away. In his famous diary for April 30th, 1870, the Reverend Francis Kilvert of Cliro in Herefordshire notes that he should put out birch twigs over the door to keep the old witch out. Although he does add that in the great tradition of sexually repressed Victorian clergymen, that young witches are welcome. Well, of course, that's fine. You know, as long as the old ones stay away, we're happy too. While I was working on a farm in Somerset in the early 60s, this is Michael Howard, this practice of nailing rowan or birch twigs over doors was still observed. When I remarked upon it, the cowman told me that it was to stop the local witches owl blinking, and I think owl blinking is a form of a curse, a supernatural and supernatural curse. So there you have it, the sacred ring, pagan origins of British folk festivals and rural customs by the wonderful Michael Howard. Okay, so we can do a song now, and this is, look, we had a comment from Kev earlier on. I need to bring this up from Gillian. She's quick and good with the the emojis there. Yeah. Anyway, we had Kev earlier on, and he gave us a comment. So thank you, Kev. Hope you're well. And this was a song that Kev and Paul and myself wrote together without being together. So we call it "Call of the Sea." We call it that because that's its title, and we're going to head over now to sing it for you. So yeah, here it goes. Call of the Sea. There is a lot of shuffling about tonight.
Yeah, every day we're shuffling.
Yeah. So remove that.
Since I was a nipper and fed upon a kipper, I've always wished to go to sea. There was nothing on land for what I had planned, but the sea could set me free, could set me free, could set me free. I've always wished to go to sea. Watching boats set sail, hearing every mariner's tale, I dreamt of adventure with glee. So at the age of 13 I sailed for country and queen, voyaging by royal decree. By royal decree, royal decree, I dreamt of adventure with glee. With adventures aplenty, I had seen the world by 20, causing landlubbers jealousy. And I was not caught with a girl in every port, never brought down upon one knee. Upon one knee, never on one knee, causing landlubbers jealousy. Now wherever I roam, I can call it my home, but I know it's only temporary. As my mistress, the ocean has provoked every emotion, she will always be the one for me. The one for me, she's the one for me, but I know it's only temporary.
The one for me.
The one for me, she's the one for me, but I know it's only temporary. Hup. Ooh.
Okay. Okay, let's get rid of the lyrics as well. And I wonder if Paul could do one, or I just grab a glass of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glass of water? Yeah, of course I can.
Water.
Water. This is one to remember our rogues, past, present, and well, hopefully to come in the future as well. And it's in the folder, so please do sing along with it if you know it. It's called Don't Forget Your Old Shipmate. Safe and sound at home again, let the waters roar, Jack, and we'll sing with glad refrain. Let the chorus soar, Jack, long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. Since we sailed from Plymouth Sound, 4 years gone or nigh, Jack, was there ever chummies now, such as you and I, Jack? Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. We have worked the self-same gun, quarter-deck division, sponged your eye and loaded you through the whole commission. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. Oftentimes have we laid out, toiling on danger fearing, hauling out the flapping sail to the weather rearing. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. When the middle watch was on and the time went slow, boy, who could tune a rousing stave? Who like Jack or Joe, boy? Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. There she swings an empty hulk, not a soul below now. Number 7 starboard mess, Mrs. Jack and Joe now. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. But the best of friends must part, fair or foul the weather. Hand your flipper for a shake, now a drink together. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, 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 ride-o. Long we've tossed on the rolling main, now we're safe ashore, Jack. Don't forget your old shipmate, folly, rolly, rolly, ride-o. So please don't forget those old shipmates. And I can assure you that's not something we will be doing anytime soon. And I'm going to give you a little shot of what our shipmates look like when they're all together in one place. And by one place I mean the Seagull Theatre. This was during a show that we performed to a sellout audience. And what a lovely night we had. It's not quite the full complement of shipmates, but it's most of them, and a really lovely bunch. We had a great night. So, before we go to the final song for tonight, I'm going to reveal what the word yangle might mean. So, we've had a few guesses, and some of them have been very entertaining, some of them have been very good. I'll just double check for any more guesses. No more guesses yet. So, let's reveal what the word yangle means. Yangle, well, Kev was closest. It's a triangular yoke composed of 3 pieces of wood about 2 feet long, fastened at their intersections about the neck of a sow so as to have the base of the triangle horizontal and the apex over her head to prevent her breaking through fences. The animal so circumstanced is said to be yangled. The hog's yangle is also indeed more commonly called a yoke. So that's basically what it is. A triangular yoke stops them getting through fences.
Okay, so we're going to say thank you very much for joining us tonight. I suspect I'm going to go over time with this next song, but I really wanted to include it because it was sent to me by David Woods, one of our members, and it was included in an email that he sent me. And when David emails or when we see him in person, he often doesn't say a lot, but what he does say is he shares some wonderful songs that sometimes we haven't come across or versions of them. And because we often do wailing songs and they concern themselves with the plight of man, it's very easy to forget, I think, sometimes that the sort of the monstrous greed that the whaling industry kind of took itself upon whales. And David sent me a version of this song which I fell in love with, and I found a quote by Martin Carthy about it, none other than Martin Carthy, and he said, "When I first heard this song nearly 40 years ago, I reckoned it to be one of the finest folk songs ever written. I was so keen that I insisted we included it in a live BBC radio show from the Edinburgh Festival. I was so emotional that I forgot my words." Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is a song called The Last of the Great Whales, or The Last Leviathan. My soul has been torn from me, and I am bleeding. My heart, it has been rent, and I am crying. All the beauty around me fades, and I am screaming. I'm the last of the great whales, and I am dying. Last night I heard the cry of my last companion, the roar of the harpoon gun, and then I was alone. I thought of the days gone by when we were thousands, but I know that I soon must die, the last Leviathan. This morning the sun did rise, crimson in the north sky. The ice was the color of blood, and the winds they did sigh. I rose for to take a breath, it was my last one. From a gun came the roar of death, and now I am done. Oh, now that we all are gone, there's no more hunting. The big fellow is no more, it's no use lamenting. What race will be next in line? All for the slaughter. The elephant or the seal, or your sons and daughters. My soul has been torn from me, and I am a bleeding.
My heart it has been rent, and I am crying. All the beauty around me fades, and I am screaming. I'm the last of the grey whales, and I am dying. Thank you very much. So we're just a little bit late. We're now heading over to Zoom. If you'd like to join us, please do. The details are on www.thevoicecloud.co.uk/Zoom, and you can find the details on there. If you've been before and you can't see this week's details, just click refresh or refresh your browser, and we'll see you on there. And thank you very much.